Today we're going to be taking a look inside of our RV, and I'll give you guys some specs, let you know what's under the hood and what do we have in there. You'd be surprised what is inside this RV. Let's take a look. Welcome back, everybody. Chris from Chris Travels here, and if you like what I do, smash that like and subscribe button. It means a lot to me. I appreciate it. I've been wanting to do this for a very, very long time, and I appreciate every one of you guys stopping by. Our motorhome doesn't look the same as when we picked her up. I have done a number of upgrades inside, but we've kept her charm. Our first stop is going to be the master bedroom, and what I'll do with this video is I'll show some footage of what she looked like before we started doing upgrades and before we started moving in. You'll see that some of them are substantial and some of them are actually quite subtle. This is the master bedroom. A short queen bed. It is surrounded by windows and storage. The overhead compartment holds quite a bit. This is a storage closet with a end table, 2 drawers. This is all carpeted. Our water tank is under the bed, and so is our electricity. Our shades. We carry 2 yard chairs, and we have a baby gate. The baby gate is used to block off whatever room or area that we don't want the dogs getting into. First upgrade we did was the television set. This is a 32-inch flat screen Fire TV, and we just tether this to the phone or hook it up to the campground Wi-Fi, and then we have television. The first repair we did was the overhead vent. Now it needs to be cleaned out, but this was a source of one of the major leaks. We were in Van Riper State Park and it leaked all over the bed. And if it wasn't for our mattress protector on the bed, it would have been tragic. Now the next stop is going to be a big one. We knew there was a leak in this bathroom and took care of it. So let's take a look at it, shall we? Plenty of cabinet space. A sink, conveniently located toilet paper and paper towel. A nice counter, actually. We have storage underneath the sink. There's a Thetford toilet. The side of the shower is taken off because I'm still servicing it. It takes me a really long time to do this kind of work. And the shower, it was leaking. There's cracks all over the place, so I went ahead and put some Flex Seal down just to stop the leaks until the new shower arrives. Beautiful shower wall. And our replacement vent. Next stop is the kitchen. This is probably the most amazing kitchen and the smallest kitchen that I've ever been involved with. We have a dual sink. Here's our tank levels. The previous owner decided to let us know that that is the water heater. Our generator, which only has 473 hours on it. my glasses. We have a 3-burner Atwood stove. No oven. This is just storage. We have a 110 propane refrigerator, the freezer. Got to keep the baking soda in there. Here is our pantry with pull out. We were at Camping World and they were clearancing some stuff, and Missy came across something that was kind of neat, and it was these things right here. These, you put your food in it and it has like a little netting that goes over it. It keeps the flies and bugs out, which is really cool. I'm pretty sure they still have them, but we got them on a crazy deal. So check your deals, check the clearances and stuff, man. Sometimes if you're at Camping World and you have a Good Sam's membership, oh man, they'll slash those clearance prices and sale prices for you. So check that out. Never be afraid to shop the discount section, for real. Next stop is our dinette. Every part of this motorhome is just absolutely adorable. Check out our dining room. This folds down into a bed. You have this massive window and you have 2 lights. You have 2 storage bins across the top. It's perfect. It's just enough. And you have 2 poles down there, which is great because you're not going to get this wobbly wonky stuff. And these seats lift up and there's storage underneath it. And this is a great time to talk about the next upgrade. I swapped this plug out and ran wire through the cabinet, up the side, around the top of the cockpit, wired a plug inside there, Amazon Fire TV. And that's the thing to think about too. When you get in smaller spaces, 32-inch TV is massive. It's not so massive when you're in this huge room, but when you're in a small coach, it's like 8 feet wide, 8.5 feet wide, and you have a 32-inch TV in there, it's going to feel pretty big. I mean, you're going to be able to read the text. And when you're up here in the front, 24-inch TV's a decent size. I mean, I've cooked many a meal. I sat right here in this seat and I watched TV. It's absolutely great. I mean, people think that just because you have an RV and a camper, a fifth wheel, whatever, that you're supposed to be outside getting muddy and on 4-wheelers and in boats. No, that's completely inaccurate, because all you're doing in a motorhome is you're breaking away from the norm and doing something a little different, going somewhere. Why should you give up everything if you have the ability to have it with you? It's the trade-off, yes, because things are smaller. I mean, her and I go camping. We just spent 3 weeks and we had TVs. I had my computer. So yeah, you don't have to give up much. Now, we're going to get into the fun part. This is probably where most of the upgrades took place. I had a lot of fun doing this. I love toys and I'm just a big kid. So in order to make captaining this vessel a little easier, I did some research and I found some fun things to help me captain the vessel. So let's talk about it. First up is the captain's seat. This is the most comfortable seat I think I've ever ridden on. Right here you have your Halo View camera system. Everything is off right now. I'm not going to turn everything on. I installed this when I was in Ishpeming when we picked up the coach. They actually let me install it there. It was great, and I really appreciate it because I was not about to take this thing out without having some kind of backup camera system. So what I did was I put together a Halo View system, and it worked out perfectly. Got a back camera and got 2 side cameras. And right above that mounted, I have a TPMS. Picked it up from Amazon. That thing, let me tell you, people complain. I'm telling you right now, that thing has saved us several times, many times. Matter of fact, it told me that I had a leak and I checked it and there was actually a leak. So it works perfectly. Underneath is one of my greatest toys, is the President Andy 2. This is my CB and I love it. It's just great to hear everybody on the radio. Next upgrade, my Apple CarPlay head unit. Now, this particular model is, I don't know, 400 different names. Doesn't move, it doesn't flex, it just stays there. This right here I picked up from Amazon. I just use it to mount my cell phone, and I connect it with that USB to enable CarPlay. And when you use the RV Life software, it integrates with CarPlay. So now you can put your RV Life RV safe directions on a 9-inch CarPlay panel. Also with the cockpit side is another set of the upgrades that I did. I built armrests for both sides of the cockpit, but I did them a little bit differently because there was different use cases. So I knew when I was upgrading the coach that I would have a lot of electronics, and I needed an armrest to accommodate all this. Now, Missy, on the other hand, would always have the dogs, and the dogs always want to ride up front, and that's always fun. So I built her a collapsible table to go across her lap where it keeps it off of her legs, but she's able to put dog beds and they can ride with her. See, our dogs are a little bit different. They don't like to be anywhere but with us. So we made it work. This is their vacation. This is their bye-bye too. Here is where the wall was replaced and the armrest was built. This is built using 2x6s, and we went to Hobby Lobby and we found some fabric that came as close to the coach as possible and brought it out with the wall. Now, this is very sturdy, and what I did was I used batting to pad it. So what I would do is I would have my little dog Mara or my little dog Daisy, they would ride on a bed that's placed on that, and the rest of the dogs would ride with her. Everything is mounted here, including the CB microphone. Originally, I wanted the CB to fit under there, but the President Andy 2 was just a little too deep, and I wasn't compromising. I wanted that CB. Now, here's the doghouse. That's the captain's hat. Whenever the captain's out, the captain wears the captain's hat. I was wearing fedoras before they were cool, people. In a previous video, you knew that we were talking about the transponder. This is the SunPass Pro. This gets you through all the tolls. It has suction cups, and it works. And trust me, when you're on that expressway, you're happy you have it. Another amazing thing this coach came with is a curtain for the windshield. So I'm going to draw that curtain. It is really hot in here, so let's get some curtains drawn. And our air conditioner works. And it works really well. And it has heat. Let me tell you something. That optional heat, if you have the ability to get that, freaking get it, man. It saved us. It got really cold. So the curtain's drawn, and I'm going to show you a couple more of the upgrades, and then we're going to close out the video by talking a little bit about this coach. An upgrade that I did was I put the fans back in. For whatever reason, the original owner took the fans out, so I put them back. We also have map lights on both sides. The compartment over the driver's side is where I put things that I need when we're traveling. On this side of the cockpit is where we put the remote control for the TV and whatever else we need. There's sometimes she puts stuff for the dogs up there. And on this side is where I built the collapsible table. You can kind of see it's just thrown in there right now. And I still need to finish the leg, but I'm really proud of this, how this turned out. And there were solutions that we could have picked up for this where she could just put it in front of her seat and put the dogs on it. But I didn't want to do that. I wanted something that was very sturdy, very rugged, and it was safe and secure. So when the dogs are riding on it, that they're going to be okay, and the table doesn't fall over or whatever. And it's a pretty big table, so she could eat dinner on it. She could put a laptop on it. Anything she wants to do, it's there. And then when she doesn't want it, it collapses, it goes into the wall, and then that's it. She pulls it out whenever she needs it. Or not use it at all. There's been cases where it just stayed in there. I still need to finish the leg, but I'm very proud of this piece of work. It took a while to figure out. It's made out of plywood and 2x6s and 2x4s. I was really keeping my eye on weight, so it's not heavy. It's just enough wood to get the job done. So let's put this together. I'm going to show it to you. Here's the table when it is put up. It locks in and it doesn't move. Doesn't move. And it's the same thing that I used on the other side. It has batting with the same fabric. I think it goes really well with the upholstery. And then the leg, I'm just gonna probably stain this to match the surrounding wood. But this, I am so proud of this. It turned out really well. She loves it. The dogs love it. They're actually part of the vacation. And that's the important thing. You know, you should never compromise. And I didn't want my dogs to compromise either. They get to look out these big, beautiful windows and see all this new stuff and new smells. She'll crack the window and the dogs get new smells. And it's nice seeing them enjoy the trip as well. What we're standing in is a 1994 Odessa Lextra with a 5.9 liter Chrysler 360 with a 727 transmission. This thing has some power. It has a lot of power. I'm beside myself when I think about what we have here. This is almost in pristine condition. It has Dometic, Atwood, Thetford. It has all these top of the line products, and it's in a 26-foot motorhome. That's right. This thing is 26 feet. 26 feet. With a Chrysler 360, 5.9 liter with an A727 transmission. It's on an Oshkosh chassis. How many of those do you see going down the road? And the paint's still good. We need a washer, of course. There's still things to do around in here. The repairs never stop. The expenses never stop. You own an expense, but it's what you get out of it. It's just like a vacation. It's just what you want and what you're willing to spend to get the experience out of it. That's what all this is about. That's what life is in general, is you try to do the best you can with what you have to achieve the best experience possible. And that's what we did here. I'm very happy with it. She's very happy with it. The dogs are very happy with it. And they've been thousands of miles in this thing. And they love every bit of it. They go on walks. We have a gate that we put up and the dogs run around in it. It's magic. This is a land cruise. I'm a captain of a cruise ship. So with that being said, thank you for stopping by. And I'll see you on the road.